This is KGW News at 11.
Keep a hold of your kids. Love them tonight. Hold them, tuck them in. Be grateful because I'm grateful. It could have been a total different story.
First at 11, breaking news, an attempted child abduction in Washington County. Thank you for joining us. I'm Maggie Vespa. This happened in the Aloha area on Southwest Blanton Street off 160th Avenue, and we're told the boy, 4 years old, disappeared from a barbecue today when a neighbor was supposed to be watching him. The family went looking, and that's when the boy's aunt apparently saw a man they don't know walking away with the boy and pulling his arm. We're told the aunt yelled and the man let go of the kid and then took off running. We spoke to his mom tonight, and understandably, she is terrified.
There's other outcomes that could have went wrong. But just to know that somebody was attempting to take my child already has me. I still haven't been okay. I have been shaking since then. My son's not acting right. My son's clinging to his dad. He just doesn't want to be around anyone other than us.
Our hearts go out to them. We're so sorry. Once again, the child is safe. Of course, a scary situation, though, for everyone involved. We will update you as we get more information. And now to more breaking news, this time of a shooting in Southeast Portland. This happened around 8:30 tonight at Southeast Stark and 155th. Police found the victim, a man with critical injuries. The shooter, though, was nowhere to be found. Officers are searching, but details are slim. If you know anything, call Portland Police. And there's video from that scene there. Moving on tonight, after more than a month of questions, answers and anguish tonight over the deaths of a Salem mom and her little boy.
Maybe she's able to know, from wherever she is, that there are people that care about her, and I'm sorry this was done to her.
A couple of hours ago, we found neighbors putting flowers on Carissa Fretwell's SUV. This after learning authorities had found her body and that of her 3-year-old son, Billy. They made the horrific discovery yesterday in a rural wooded part of Yamhill County. The little boy's biological father is charged with both murders. Prosecutors, of course, as we covered, made that call weeks ago, even before the bodies were found. KGW's Lindsay Nadrich has been following this case all along. And Lindsay, this is obviously not the outcome anyone wanted.
Well, prosecutors said they believed the two were dead at the end of May, but still many were holding out hope that that wasn't the case. This weekend, though, investigators found that to be true.
We're thinking about both of them.
Many are thinking about Carissa Fretwell and her 3-year-old son, Billy, tonight. No one had seen or heard from them since May 13th. After searching for more than a month, detectives say the investigation led them to a remote area in Yamhill County. A team of people searched for 2 hours before finding the bodies of Carissa and Billy in a heavily wooded and very remote area about 10 miles west of the city of Yamhill. The medical examiner says Carissa died of a single gunshot to the head. Billy's cause of death is yet to be determined, pending additional testing. When Carissa's neighbor, James Roby, heard the news, he and his wife bought flowers to leave on her car that still sits outside her apartment.
Maybe she's able to know, from wherever she is, that there are people that care about her.
James says he misses seeing Carissa and Billy in the neighborhood. On May 17th, a family member called police saying they checked her apartment and found the front door unlocked, the TV on, and items Carissa wouldn't normally leave behind, like her bank card and her glasses. The next day, detectives questioned Billy's biological father, Michael Wolf. He told them he hadn't seen Carissa since their child support hearing in April. A judge ordered him to pay Carissa $900 a month in child support. In that same interview with detectives, Wolf also stated he hadn't been to Salem, where Carissa lived, in over a year. But evidence laid out in court documents tells a different story. Cell phone records put Wolf and Fretwell's phones in the same areas the day they went missing. Those documents also show Wolf told detectives he worked his whole shift on the 13th and got off around 6 a.m. on the 14th. But surveillance video from Wolf's work shows him leaving during his shift. Documents say he was gone roughly 6 hours before returning to work carrying a trash bag. On May 24th, 11 days after their disappearance, Wolf was arrested and charged with aggravated murder and kidnapping. even though they hadn't been found. Today, though, that search is finally over.
A friend of Carissa's who organized a vigil for them a few weeks ago also told me she's very upset over this outcome and said in part, quote, "It's sick that a man could do that to anyone, let alone his own kin." This investigation is still ongoing, so if you have any information that could help, you're asked to call Salem Police. Wolf is scheduled to be back in court on Thursday. Back to you.
Yeah, we just hate this update, but appreciate the info, Lindsay. Thank you. And now to new details about a crash in rural Marion County that killed 2 people. This head-on crash happened around 1 o'clock this afternoon on McKay Road Northeast, south of Shampooey State Park. The drivers of both cars were killed. They are now, we know, 65-year-old Martin Johnson from Willamina and 34-year-old Jessica Grigo from Oregon City. Her 4-year-old son was also in the car with her. He survived and is in a Portland area hospital in good condition. And now heading north to the Scappoose area where this happened today. Yes, that is a building in the middle of Highway 30. Very weird. The St. Helens Chronicle reports the building fell off of its tow rig this morning and traffic was able to get by while ODOT crews cleared that scene. All right, let's change gears now and turn to something worth celebrating. The streets of downtown Portland today were filled with color, joy, and pride. People from all walks of life came together to celebrate acceptance and love for the LGBTQ community. More than 150 groups, from activists to churches to law enforcement, joined this year's Pride Parade. Total attendance, an estimated 45,000 people. And amid that big showing, one of today's marchers almost didn't make it. Online threats and hate speech nearly kept a young drag queen and their family home this year. That is, until a group of adult drag queens stepped in to make them feel safe. KGW's Brittany Falkers has that story.
Pride filled the streets of downtown Portland Sunday, celebrating the LGBTQ community with cheers, support, and a little sparkle.
Being a drag mom is a lot like being a soccer mom. It's just a lot more glitter involved.
10-year-old Sparkle is a budding drag queen who's been performing for about 2 years.
When they were a baby, we call them our sparkly boy. They were born fabulous.
But the family nearly missed this year's parade. After performing at an all-ages drag show, Mom Michelle says she and Sparkle received backlash and hateful comments online.
It said horrific, homophobic things, accused everybody, including myself, of being pedophiles. I really want to come to Pride. Our kids expect it. This is something that's really important to our family, but I am scared.
That's when the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence stepped in.
That broke my heart. It broke my heart. Sparkle has been inspiring me for more than a year since I saw them perform at Pride last year.
The Portland Sisters are part of a global charitable organization dedicated to the support, education, and development of the LGBTQ community. And Sunday, they dedicated that support to Sparkle.
To be able to offer a safe space for anyone in our community to come and be loved and be protected and be taken care of, that is our ultimate mission.
Michelle says what these sisters provided the family was much more than just protection.
It's beautiful. There's been a lot of ugliness this week, and the beauty and the love that's come from this community outweighs it a million times.
And thanks to these sisters and this community, Sparkle paraded through the streets of downtown, unwilling to let anyone dull their shine.
I'm just doing what any mom would do. I have a kid who is passionate about something, and I'm encouraging them, and I'm loving them, and I'm showing up for them.
Brittany Falkers, KGW News.
And hats off to them. That's awesome. Michelle says, by the way, the support for Sparkle and the whole family has been incredible. And to that point, Radio Cab even offered them free rides all weekend to make sure they got to and from Pride events safely. We're so glad they did. And speaking of the parade, per usual, was fantastic to watch. If you missed it, we've compiled a slideshow full of photos and videos from this weekend's entire Pride Festival. You can find it at kgw.com.